Hello and welcome back to Annie's channel. My name is Kim, also known as Annie's Crafter. Today we're going to be working on this interactive card. Isn't this fun? You just pull the tab and it kind of rolls down. I made it a wonderful birthday card for somebody special, but of course you can use any type of sentiments you'd like to make it a graduation card or a hope you feel better, because this certainly would cheer me up if I've got this in the mail. I'm using the pattern from Interactive Cards. It's an ebook that Annie's has. It's in the Annie's catalog site. And once you've downloaded it and purchased it, it actually saves in your bookshelf. So you never have to worry about losing the file. You can change computers, change tablets, change phones, and it'll always be there for you to re-download. And the awesome part about the re-download part is it comes in a low resolution file format. You could actually put it on your Kindle or an e-reader. So it's really functional that way. Now today we're going to work on this card like I was talking about, and it is called a waterfall technique. Now the waterfall technique is one of the 9 techniques that are in this Interactive Cards ebook. Now I've never made a waterfall, but this one is just so addicting. I know I'm going to make certainly some down the road. Now today what we're going to be using for our basis of our card is this kit here. This is Annie's Card Maker Kit of the Month Club. I have saved all of the parts after I've made these birthday cards, and they're so generous. I always seem to have extra that now I'm just using the parts and pieces for these. Instead of using stamps and or die cuts that I would make, I'm just using the ones that Annie provides for me. That would be like these 2 pages here. They're already pre-cut and pre-done, and they're gorgeous with the gold foil. So why not use something I've already have in my stash? Also, they are really beautiful. The other supplies we're going to need for our cards today is a scoring mat. Of course, you don't need necessarily a scoring mat, but it sure makes it easy, especially when you're doing the measurements. You have a hole punch so we can add our ribbon to it. And then, of course, your adhesive of choice. I'm going to be using glue dots. So let's go ahead and clear the decks and get started making this really cute, really addictive waterfall card. The ebook for the scalloped oval waterfall card actually says that we need a flip open card like this, but it really doesn't matter. I don't think it just is a wonderful thing that it already has a card pre-made for us using this Annie's Card Maker Kit. So we're going to put that off to the side. And then I made an interior and an exterior cover for the card. I also have one little piece of cardstock we're going to use for writing on. And lastly, here is our pull tab that we need to start creasing. So I'm going to make certain scores at certain marks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I've got these 3, and these parts are actually going to be where we're going to put our die cuts. So we're going to go ahead and again lay this guy flat. I'm going to go ahead and put down this background pattern piece here using the glue dots. Glue dots are my adhesive of choice. Of course, I always like a good runner, but it seems like sometimes it skips a lot when I'm trying to adhere paper onto other things. So I just buy this roll of glue dots, and it seems to work great for me. Everyone has their adhesive of choice, and that's just fine with me. So I have my background paper here, and while I'm at it, I might as well just add the background paper on the interior as well. It's easy to dress up the inside of the card with just a piece of beautiful decorative paper. All right, so now what we're going to do is come back to the front. You're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to hole punch here on this side. This is the part which is going to be adhered to the card. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere it down at the bottom of my card using these glue dots one more time. Seems a little intuitive to be putting the right sides together here, but it'll make sense in a little bit. Let's make sure that's nice and centered. Now I have my waterfall all ready to go. Then I've gone ahead and adhered this piece here. This is a 3/4 inch by 4.5 piece of just a plain decorative paper. Kind of mimics ribbon. Of course, you can use ribbon if you'd like. All these parts and pieces are totally interchangeable. Now it's time to add some of our waterfall pieces. Let's go ahead and look at our die cuts. You can use any sort of die cuts you wish. I'm just going to pull the ones that I think look really great in this layout. I'm intending for it to be a birthday card. So I'll need the birthday cake and some candles, along with some of the ovals. And as you can see, it's really easy because everything is pre-punched. So now I have all of the die cuts that I'm going to be using in this card. I did add a little flower decorative edge on the front of the card. And I also will be using part of the die cuts that are the tags for the front of the card. It seems like a lot, but once you get them all on there, it really makes the finished part of a card beautiful. Let's go ahead and start with our background. We can adhere this tag on the back. You can always punch out that little hole right there and add your own ribbon, but I'm finding that I just really want to have something nice and simple and plain, so I'm just going to add that there. And then as a surprise, after they finish pulling the waterfall, I really want to give them a birthday cake. So I'll use this die cut for that. It already is starting to take shape. Now I have to decide which direction we're going to put all of our waterfall pieces, that are these three right here. Now you only want to put adhesive on this part of the waterfall, or you can put it on the back right at the top. That's why I like using these glue dots, is because they're exactly a 1/2 inch, so you know that that's all you have to work with. And you don't want to go over that line because that's onto the next waterfall. And then we add our next one. I'm going to use this It's Your Day die cut. All of these die cuts have this beautiful gold foil on them, so it really makes the person and the recipient of your card super special. And then the last one I'm going to use is this Make a Wish, which I thought would be a great idea right next to the cake. All right, last but not least, we're going to add our happy birthday. And then I did add this decorative piece right here on the previous card because it looked so empty here. Of course, you can always add a different die cut on the back, but this seems to work really great in this instance. You could always stamp your own sentiment because Annie's card maker kits always come with a certain amount of stamps that you can use for other projects. Now I have my 5-inch piece of ribbon. I'm just going to fold that in half and feed it from the top to the bottom, and kind of with that loop put your ends through. Now if your ends start to fray, all you have to do is get a lighter or a match. Now you don't want to pull too hard when you're adjusting it because it is paper still, so be careful. But now I've got the majority of my waterfall done. Isn't that beautiful? Let's worry about the inside now. I grabbed a party die cut and my writing space, and the last thing we'll add is this beautiful candle. A lot of times when you're using pre-cut die cuts, I have a tendency to keep adding and adding and adding until I have just the right amount. And sometimes your card does get quite a bit thicker than you normally would. From experience, I do know that you have quite a lot of weight, up to 2 ounces, before you need extra postage. All right, so we've gotten our writing space, and after that waterfall, you can write your happy birthday sentiment. Now the last thing we get to do is add this party candle in the corner for a little bit of added detail. And there you have it, my favorite interactive cards that I made using the Annie's interactive card ebook. Aren't they adorable? Oh my gosh, they're very addicting. Trust me, any person will love them, and especially since you made them as well. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you again next time on Annie's channel. Bye-bye, guys.